Well, good evening, good evening. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Blitzball Champ Gaming for another pro wrestling video talk, or pro wrestling talk video. Got my words backwards already. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. It is Tuesday evening, July 11th of 2023. Hope everybody's been having a good start to the week so far. Hope everybody enjoyed their past weekend as well. But I wanted to get on here for a while and talk some pro wrestling tournaments. As a matter of fact, we got 3 in particular that are just right around the corner, getting ready to start. As a matter of fact, 2 of them are getting ready to start this weekend. That's right. So I wanted to take a deeper dive into each of these tournaments. We're gonna be talking about 3 in particular for this live stream. First up, we're gonna talk TJPW's Tokyo Princess Cup 10. And then we're going to talk New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax 33. And then going to finish off with Stardom's 5-Star Grand Prix. So we got a single elimination tournament and then 2 round robin style tournaments to go over. As a matter of fact, Tokyo Princess Cup and the G1 Climax both start this weekend, with the 5-Star Grand Prix starting next weekend. So, yeah, got a lot to discuss, and yeah, should be really good. So, first of all, before I get started, want to encourage folks to be sure to check out the link in the description to Game Beauty for some awesome video game themed makeup and cosmetic products. So whenever you get a chance, check that link out. If you want to make a purchase, don't forget to use the promo code blitzball_champ, all in caps, to get 10% off of your order. Also, I wanted to give a big thank you to all of my subscribers, as I just recently became a YouTube partner. So I just want to say thank y'all so much for all the love and support. And you know, like I said, I've had my YouTube channel ever since 2007, and you know, it's 2023, and you know, with a lot of the changes that have happened, now I'm a YouTube partner. So I just wanted to say thanks to all for all of the support and for all of the likes on my videos, all the chats, all the comments, you know, sharing your opinions and many different things. So I just want to say thank y'all so much, and I hope to be able to continue to be a blessing to y'all as you have been a blessing to me. So I just want to say thank y'all so much, and I hope that y'all will continue to check out Blitzball Champ Gaming content. So thank you so much. Much appreciated. So now that I got that out the way, let's get started. Let's jump right on in. And we're going to start with the Tokyo Princess Cup 10 tournament. So, let's get started. All right, got the bracket here, which be sure to check out the TJPW Twitter, which they have the bracket posted that you can be able to follow and keep up with. Okay, so Tokyo Princess Cup 10 tournament. This is a yearly tournament that Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling does. As a matter of fact, last year the tournament was won by the magical girl Yuka Sakazaki. So, for this year's tournament, it will start on July 15th. As a matter of fact, as it has listed here on the bracket, the first round matchups will be 2 on July 15th, 2 on July 16th, 2 on July 17th, and the remaining 2 on July 22nd. And then they're going to have all 4 quarterfinal matches on July 29th. And then they're going to have the semifinal matches on August 12th. And then they will finish off with the finals on August 13th. So that is the rundown of the schedule for this tournament. Also, they did a press conference where they did a lottery draft in order to set the bracket. Every one of the competitors were involved in the lottery, with the exception of Yuki Arai, which due to other scheduled bookings, by default actually had her first round match as one of the July 22nd dates. So that was, they had set that up by default due to her schedule and such. So that is why her match is on the 22nd. But let's go ahead and look at these matchups. Let's look at these matchups. So, first round matchups. Let's take a look at this. Let's really take a look at this. So, I'm gonna kind of be switching back and forth between this view and the bracket view. But anyway, so the July 15th matchups, as a matter of fact, I think they have them in order. Yeah, they do have them in order. Okay, cool. So this is good. This is good. Okay. So let's focus on the top 2 matchups first. So, starting from the top left, we got the pink striker Miyu Yamashita and the current Princess of Princess champion Mizuki, who just recently successfully defended the title against Maki Ito at Summer Sun Princess. Okay, 1 second. Now, I gotta keep it real with you. I am not that big of a fan of this matchup, especially first round, because you pretty much have the ace. You have the ace of TJPW and Miyu Yamashita going up against the top champion Mizuki. Of course, she won the championship back at Grand Princess in March, defeating Yuka Sakazaki. And it's like, dang, like, I know it was a lottery, but this first matchup is crazy. Not only that, it's going to be one of the first matchups we see since it's on July 15th when the tournament starts. It's a really tough one to call because on one hand, I can see Miyu Yamashita being the favorite, as a matter of fact, being the favorite to win the tournament, but at the same time, wouldn't want Mizuki to lose in the first round. You know what I mean? Her being the Princess of Princess champ. That's my only thing. Really wouldn't want her to lose in the first round. So it's like, ugh. I mean, like I said, I don't expect Mizuki to make it all the way to the finals and win the tournament. But dang, I can't. I wouldn't want to see her lose in the first round, though. I wouldn't want to see her lose in the first round. But, I mean, realistically, I think Miyu is probably going to end up advancing. I think she's just probably going to end up advancing as one of the favorites to potentially win this tournament. So, yeah. And then you have Hyper Misao versus Mocha Miyamoto as the other July 15th matchup. Now, here's my thing with this one. I love Mocha Miyamoto. Especially, I like her paired with Juria Nagano. I was kind of disappointed that Juria Nagano's not in this tournament, but part of me feels like she's not a full-time TJPW competitor because she also, is a part-time nurse, and I believe she also is doing stunts for like action movies, I think, or it's probably a stunt double or something like that. So she's very busy. But anyway, back to this matchup. I mean, Hyper Misao, the comedy wrestler, Mocha Miyamoto, who does karate and has quite an awesome grounded Cobra twist submission. Or it's more like a grounded Cobra clutch in a way. But, yeah, I personally, I just really feel like this is a big opportunity for Mocha Miyamoto, and part of me could see a upset. I would love to see an upset. I would really love to see an upset, but I got a feeling Hyper Misao is going to advance, but I would really love to see a Mocha Miyamoto upset. I really want to see Mocha pull off the upset. But against Hyper Misao, it's just not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy at all. So we shall see. But it's not gonna be easy. Okay, so those are the two July 15th first round matchups. Like I said, I got a feeling it's going to be Miyu Yamashita and Hyper Misao advancing. Okay. Let's take a look at the bracket again. Okay. The two July 16th matchups here at the bottom. Which means we got Raku versus the current international princess champion, the White Dragon Rika Tatsumi, who also just recently had a successful title defense, defeating Yuki Aino, and in what I thought was the best match of Summer Sun Princess. To be honest with you, this is an easy one. I honestly don't see Raku beating Rika Tatsumi. I just don't see it. Not to mention, I don't really see a lot. I haven't really seen a lot of singles matches of Raku, especially ones where she's won. So, if you ask me, I think this is a very easy pick. I'm going to have to go with Rika Tatsumi advancing. I just think she's going to be way too strong for Raku. And I like Raku. I do. You know, the gimmick is cute. But I just don't see her beating somebody as strong as the Grand Slam champion of TJPW and Rika Tatsumi. I just don't see it. I don't see it. So, gonna go with Rika Tatsumi. And then the other matchup, Suzume versus the big kaiju Shoko Nakajima. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm picking Suzume to upset Shoko Nakajima. It's time. I think it's definitely time to really push someone hard like Suzume. I think it's time. I definitely think it's time. And if I remember correctly, I believe she made it to the semis in last year's tournament. If I remember correctly, she made it to the semis. So I really would love to see Suzume pull off the upset over Shoko Nakajima. And you know what? Why not? Why not? So I think this is a good time to really push Suzume and potentially Suzume make it to the finals. You know? I think that'd be cool. I think that would be really cool. So, yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Okay. Let's go back to the bracket. So far, picking Miyu to advance, Hyper Misao to advance, Rika Tatsumi to advance, and Suzume to advance. Okay. Checking out the matchups that will be taking place on July 17th. The two matchups here. All right. Okay. Two very intriguing matchups here. First off, we got the casual beauty, Yuki Kamifuku, taking on one half of free Wi-Fi, Nao Kakuta. To be honest, this matchup could go either way. I know many may probably favorite Yuki Kamifuku, but as I've said before, Nao Kakuta is very, very underrated. And I really feel like Nao Kakuta could definitely pull off the upset. I mean, if it would even call it an upset. I mean, I think she's very capable of defeating Kamiyu. But this is really a matchup that could go either way. It could really go either way. But you know what? I am going to go with Nao Kakuta. I'm going to take a gamble and go with Nao Kakuta. Although it wouldn't surprise me if Yuki Kamifuku ended up winning. But you know what? I'm going to give some love to Nao Kakuta. So that's my pick to advance, to pull off the victory and advance. And then the other matchup for the 17th, we got Yuki Aino versus Miyu Watanabe. Of course, Yuki Aino came very, very close to defeating Rika Tatsumi at Summer Sun Princess. Had an excellent match. And even a previous excellent match to become #1 contender as she defeated Aris Endo. But she is going up against former International Princess Champion Miyu Watanabe. Oh, man. this is a really tough one because I love both ladies. And Yuki Aino has shown a lot of fighting spirit in her past couple of matches. So I'm really having a hard time with this one because I like Miyu Watanabe, I like Yuki Aino, but I feel like Miyu Watanabe is the bigger name, so therefore she probably has the advantage to win this match. I'll say this, I'm picking Miyu Watanabe to win, but it would not shock me if Yuki Aino pulled off the upset. It wouldn't shock me. It honestly would not shock me. Because I think Yuki is definitely capable of defeating Miyu Watanabe. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's another one, just like Nao Kakuta, that I feel is severely underrated. So, we'll see what happens with that, but I'm going to go with the safe choice in Miyu Watanabe over Yuki Aino. Just to play it safe. Just to play it safe. Okay, let's go back to the bracket. Okay. And then the final first round matches will be on July 22nd. The final two will be on July 22nd here in the lower right-hand corner. Alrighty. Okay. We have Arisu Endo versus Mahiro Kiryu. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like this is kind of an easy one. Gonna have to go with Arisu Endo. I think she's another one that's on the up and coming as well, just like Suzume. And of course, both of them together make Daisy Monkey. But I think Arisu Endo is on the up and coming. So I definitely think she will defeat Mahiro Kiryu. Mahiro Kiryu, she's another comedy wrestler, so the only comedy wrestler I could see advancing is Hyper Misao. But Mahiro Kiryu, nah, I just don't see it. Gotta go with Arisu Endo. And then the final first round matchup, we got Hikari Noa versus Yuki Arai. What makes me wonder about this one is Yuki Arai's schedule. That's the only thing that stands out to me, is her schedule. So I don't know if that's gonna take an effect to whether she gets booked to advance or not. But I mean, it's not like she's taking on a nobody. She's taking on Hikari Noa, who's also a former International Princess Champion. So, I mean, match could go either way. But I'm gonna go with well, yeah, I'm gonna go with Hikari Noa. But it wouldn't surprise me if Yuki Arai ended up advancing. It wouldn't surprise me. But I'm going with Hikari Noa. Definitely going with Hikari Noa. So, those are all the first round matchups. Let's go back to the bracket view and just I kind of want to give my potential bracketology path to the finals. So let's do it. Okay. So, as I said before, first round matchups. Miyu Yamashita versus Mizuki. I'm picking Miyu to advance. Mocha Miyamoto versus Hyper Misao. I'm picking Hyper Misao to advance. which means one of the quarterfinal matchups would be Miyu Yamashita versus Hyper Misao, which I would pick Miyu Yamashita to make it to the semis. Yeah, I would pick her to make it to the semis. All right. Raku versus Rika Tatsumi. Picking Rika Tatsumi. Suzume versus Shoko Nakajima. I'm picking Suzume to advance, which means it would come down to Rika versus Suzume, which then I'm picking Suzume to upset Rika Tatsumi. So Suzume would be my next semifinalist, which would bring it down to Miyu Yamashita versus Suzume. And I would have Suzume upset Miyu Yamashita and her make it to the finals. So she would be one of the finalists. So I'm picking Suzume to be one of the finalists. Okay, let's go to the other side. Let's go to the other side of the bracket. So, Yuki Kamifuku versus Nao Kakuta. I'm picking Nao Kakuta to advance. Let's see. And then I got Yuki Aino versus Miyu Watanabe. I'm picking Miyu to advance, which would make the quarterfinal matchup Nao Kakuta versus Miyu Watanabe, which I would then pick Miyu Watanabe to advance to be one of the semifinalists. Okay. Aris Endo versus Mahiro Kiryu. I'm going with Aris Endo to advance. Hikari Noa versus Yuki Arai. I got Hikari Noa advancing, which would bring it for Hikari Noa versus Aris Endo. I'm going to go with Hikari Noa defeating Arisu Endo. And that would be my final semifinalist, which would come down to Miyu Watanabe versus Hikari Noa. Of course, they are fellow up girls. And I'm picking Miyu Watanabe to defeat Hikari Noa. So my finals matchup would come down to Suzume versus Miyu Watanabe for this year's Tokyo Princess Cup. And as far as the winner, Suzume would be awesome, or Miyu Watanabe. I would pick either of those two. But I'm going to go ahead and say Suzume. I'm going to say Suzume. Because why not? But I think it's going to come down to either Suzume or Miyu Watanabe. I mean, like I said, I understand Miyu Yamashita could be a favorite to go all the way. But I think she'll at least be a semifinalist. I think she'll at least be a semifinalist. So the final four that I'm thinking that it's going to come down to is Miyu Yamashita, Suzume, Miyu Watanabe, Hikari Noa. Those are my final four that I'm thinking of. But it should be a very interesting tournament. Should be a very interesting tournament. Like I said, last year, Yuka Sakazaki won the tournament. So I definitely am looking forward to seeing how this year's tournament goes. As a matter of fact, last year's winner was Yuka Sakazaki. So, I definitely am looking forward to seeing how this goes. But I do still also wonder what they're going to do about the Princess Tag Team titles, because they still haven't come up with a solution to those, and those are vacant right now. So hopefully they figure that out. Hopefully they figure that out at some point. Probably won't figure it out until maybe after the Tokyo Princess Cup. I don't know. Maybe they'll have a plan by then, but it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. But anyways, so that's Tokyo Princess Cup 10 from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Like I said, it gets started July 15th. So as a matter of fact, that is this Saturday. Starts this Saturday. So looking at the dates again, July 15th, that's Saturday. The 16th, that's Sunday. So you get 4 first round matchups on Saturday, Sunday. July 17th, that's Monday. So 3 back-to-back days full of first round matchups. And then the 22nd, that's next Saturday. That's when they will finish off the first round matchups. So you got this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and the next Saturday. Okay. And then the 29th, which is the 5th Saturday in July, which is actually the final Saturday in July, will be the quarterfinal matchups. And then it looks like they're going to take a break because semifinals isn't until August 12th. So they'll at least get a whole week, which I'm pretty sure they're probably still going to do a show. But August 12th, that is the second Saturday in August. And then the 13th is Sunday, which is the second Sunday in August. That's when the finals will be. So a good portion of the action will be this month. And then they'll finish it off with the semis and the finals in August. So quite a schedule. Quite a schedule. And of course, they got some other shows. They got other shows coming up as well, because you also got TJPW Summer Athletic Park, July 27th. That's the big wrestling match in the amusement park. And then they got TJPW City Circuit 23, which that's August 5th. So those are at least 2 shows that we know that are going to be happening during the Tokyo Princess Cup 10 season. So they'll be rather busy. But definitely looking forward to the Tokyo Princess Cup 10. Should be really good. Okay. Now, let's shift gears. Hold on. Let me get a cup of water. Okay. Now, let's switch gears to the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax tournament. Now, that's also getting ready to start up. And then want to definitely go through each of the blocks. And definitely it's another big tournament. This is one of the round robin tournaments that they have yearly, the G1 Climax. And the way it works, round robin style, which I believe they are going to do, I believe the top 2 finishers, I think they're going to do the top 2 finishers of each block will advance. But I definitely think it's going to be a pretty big tournament. But yeah, 32 total participants. So yeah, so the top 2 finishers of each block will make it to the playoffs, and then it's a 8-man single elimination tournament to finish off and crown the winner. And the winner of the G1 Climax gets usually a lately they've done like a little briefcase, but even still, the winner of the G1 Climax tournament gets a free shot at the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom, which they've already released the graphic for next year's Wrestle Kingdom, which will be on January 4th of 2024. So, got quite a lot to look forward to there. But let's go ahead and dive into each of the blocks for the G1 Climax 33, starting off with the A block. Hey, John Elite. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Did they say who is going to be Kevin's replacement for Collision when he does commentary for the G1? Actually, I have no idea. That is a good question. Yeah, I actually have no idea. If anybody happens to know, by all means share, but I haven't heard any updates or anything like that. So, yeah, I have no idea. But let's get started with the A block. All right. Okay, the A block. So, our A block competitors, we got Sonata. Of course, he's the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. We got Shota Umino. We got Ren Narita. We got Yota Tsuji. We got Hikuleo. We got Chase Owens. We have Gabe Kidd, who of course is one half of the NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions with Alex Coughlin. And we have from Pro Wrestling Noah, Kaito Kiyomiya. John Elite says it would be nice if it was Mauro. Oh, Mauro Ranallo? Oh, dude, that would be awesome. I miss Mauro Ranallo. He was excellent, especially his work with NXT. Yeah, he was the man. He was the man indeed. So starting out on the 15th, which is this Saturday, Sonata versus Hikuleo. Ooh, that ought to be really good. We also got Yota Tsuji versus Kaito Kiyomiya. Okay, wow. Sonata and Kaito starting off against giant opponents. You know, Yota Tsuji's a big guy, and Hikuleo is a big guy. Chase Owens versus Gabe Kidd. Ooh, that ought to be really good. That could actually go either way. Same thing with Shota Umino versus Ren Narita. So yeah, those are your July 15th matchups for the A block. But yeah, those are some decent starting matchups. But looking at the A block in general, who do I feel will be the top two coming out of the A block? Well, personally, I would think the top favorite two to come out of this block would probably have to be Sonata and Kaito Kiyomiya. But I do believe Kaito Kiyomiya will definitely be one of the two. Will definitely be one of the two. I mean, Pro Wrestling Noah guy in this tournament, he's got to be one of the two. Do I see him winning the whole thing? No. But he's definitely got to be one of the top two. He's got to be. He's got to be. But I'm definitely thinking it's going to be both of those two. Gabe Kidd, nah, don't see it. Chase Owens, nah, definitely don't see it. Hikuleo, maybe. Yota Tsuji, maybe. Ren Narita, while he has gotten better, no. And Shota Umino, no. Well, no. He'll probably rack up some wins, but nah. I think definitely the top two will be Sonata and Kaito Kiyomiya. Maybe Hikuleo might sneak in. Maybe Yota Tsuji. You know, I'm thinking one of those two could be the sleeper. But I know with Sonata and Kaito in this block, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I would say Sonata, Yota Tsuji, Hikuleo, Kaito Kiyomiya are the four that have the best chance of making it out of the A block to the playoffs. I think those are the four to keep an eye out for. So, that's what I think. But it should be a very interesting block. Very interesting block. But should be good. All right. Let's go to Block B. Let's go to Block B. Let me make this bigger. Okay, cool. No, go back. I want to go back. 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. B block. So for the B block, we got the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Of course, he is currently 1/3 of the Never Openweight 6-man tag champs. You got Yoshihashi, 1/2 of the IWGP tag team champs. You got Tangaloa. You got El Phantasmo. You got Taichi. You got IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay. You have Great Okan. And you have Kenta. Now, I have to say, this is a very stacked block. A very stacked block. So, I gotta keep it real. This one's gonna be pretty hard to predict because already on paper, Okada, Ospreay, and Kenta, I think, are three that have a great chance of making it out of the B block to the playoffs. Taichi could be a sleeper. Taichi could be a sleeper. But let's look at some of these first matchups. So, July 15th. Let's see. We got Okada versus Great Okan. Okay, that'll be an interesting first matchup for Okada. Yoshihashi versus El Phantasmo. That could actually go either way. Let's see. Tangaloa versus Kenta. Ooh, that should be good. That should be really good, actually. Let's see. Taichi versus Will Ospreay. Oh, that'll be a great first test for Will Ospreay. But yeah, those are some very, very intriguing first matchups. But I have to say, in all honesty, I think Okada, Will Ospreay, and Kenta are the main three that I feel like have the best chance of making it to the playoffs. Yoshihashi, I just don't see it. Tangaloa, I just don't see it. El Phantasmo, I mean, I know he's on his own now. He's not part of the Bullet Club anymore. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what El Phantasmo can do on his own without the Bullet Club. Taichi, like I said, Taichi could be a sleeper. He could be a sleeper that could find his way into the playoffs. Great Okan, nah, I don't see it. So, I'm thinking overall, 2 people from Okada, Will Ospreay, and Kenta. 2 out of those 3 are going to make the playoffs. Taichi, I'll throw him in there as a sleeper. I'll throw him in there as a sleeper. Because, you never know what kind of surprises you can get in a tournament like this. You know what I mean? So, something to keep in mind. You just never know. You just never know. But, yeah, the B block looks very stacked. Very stacked. Okay. Let's move on to the C block. C block, incoming. All right, C block. Okay. We got Tama Tonga, Tomohiro Ishii. We got Shingo Takagi. We got Mikey Nichols. We got Aaron Hanare. We have newly crowned NJPW Strong Openweight Champion Eddie Kingston. We have the Never Openweight Champion and David Finlay. And we have Evil. Whew, okay. Let's look at some first matchups. So it looks like C block matches won't start until July 16th, which is Sunday, which is this coming Sunday. So let's look at what first matchups we have for the C block. Ooh, Tama Tonga versus Evil. That should be really good. Let's see. Tomohiro Ishii versus David Finlay. Oh, that should be hard-hitting right there. That should be very hard-hitting. Ooh, Shingo versus Eddie Kingston. Oh, man. Yo. That actually might be really, really good. That could be the best matchup to look forward to as far as first matchups. That's what I think. But man, Shingo and Eddie Kingston. Woo-wee. Hey, Zerk McGirt, welcome to the stream. Is David Fit Finley's son? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let's see. What else we got? Mikey Nichols versus Aaron Hanare. That's a pretty decent matchup. Pretty decent matchup. But yeah, that Shingo versus Eddie Kingston, that's gonna be the one to keep an eye out for. That's definitely gonna be the one. For sure. Now, who do I think have the best chance to make it out of the C block to the playoffs? Tamatonga? Nah. Tomohiro Ishii? Maybe. Shingo Takagi? Definitely I could see him being one. Mikey Nichols? Nah. Aaron Hanare? Nah. Eddie Kingston? Actually, yeah. Yeah. David Finlay? Yeah. And Evil, even though I don't like House of Torture, Evil will probably find a way to sneak his way in. So honestly, I'm going to say Shingo, Kingston, and Finlay have the best chance, with Tomohiro Ishii and Evil being sleepers. Yeah, John Elite, Eddie Kingston and Shingo Takagi will be first matchup in the C block on July 16th. Yep, Shingo and Eddie Kingston. That's a match that could go either way. That's a match that could definitely go either way. But I'm thinking Shingo, Kingston, Finlay have the best chance, with Tomohiro Ishii and Evil being sleepers. Because remember, it's the top two to come out of each block. But I'm very intrigued by those first matchups in the C block, for sure. Those are some very intriguing matchups. But definitely keep your eye on Eddie Kingston versus Shingo Takagi. Definitely keep an eye out on that one. And even Tomohiro Ishii versus David Finlay, that should be really good. That should be really good. But, oh man. C block is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Now let us go to the D block. D block. Okay. So for the D block, we got the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. We got Hiroki Goto, which of course Tanahashi is still one third of the never open weight 6-man tag champs. Hiroki Goto, one half of the IWGP tag team champs. Toru Yano, got Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., still current NJPW World Television Champion. Got Shane Haste, Jeff Cobb, and Alex Coughlin, one half of the NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Champions, with Gabe Kidd. And this is another block where their first matchups will start July 16th as well, this coming Sunday. Let's look at some matchups. Ooh, this is a very familiar matchup. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Oh, man, that's a very familiar matchup. They've had so many matches against each other, it's not even funny. Hiroki Goto versus Toru Yano. Oh, man, Chaos stablemates going at it early. Oh, man. Goto, you better not lose to Toru Yano. You better not lose to Toru Yano. You better not. I ain't even playing around. Let's see. Tetsuya Naito versus Jeff Cobb. Oh, that should be a good one. That should be a really good one. Shane Haste versus Alex Coughlin. That could go either way. That could go either way. So we got some interesting first round matchups. Or not first round, but like first matchups in the D block. As far as who I think will make it out of the D block. Whew. This is tough. This is tough. John Elite says they already split the IWGP Strong Tag titles. Yeah. Gabe Kidd and Alex Coughlin won them at Independence Day. They had 2 title opportunities. Back on July 4th was the first one with the Strong Tag titles on the line, which they won. And then the following day, they had a shot at the IWGP Tag titles, but they lost. So, yeah. But it's a good thing that they split those because, as I've said before, I hate double champions with a passion. So, for this one, I mean, you can't bet against the ace. I mean, you got Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Toru Yano. I mean, I think the ones that have a shot at making it out of the D block, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, I hate to say it, but Toru Yano for some strange reason, Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., and Jeff Cobb. I could see any 2 out of those 5. Or actually, that's 6. I could see any 2 out of those 6 making it to the playoffs. Wait, what did John Elite say? Oh. John Elite says, speaking of double champs, why is Roman undisputed champ when he just has 1 title now? I mean, they just gave him a new belt. They just gave him a new belt, that's all. I mean, he's still the undisputed champ. They just, made it 1 belt. Yeah, he's still the undisputed champ. They just made it so that it's 1 belt. I mean, yeah, Paul Heyman is still gonna, hold the other titles alongside, but I mean, they just gave him a new title, but he's still the undisputed champ. Let's see. I really want badly Hiroki Goto, which we have to remember, Hiroki Goto has won a G1 Climax before, once. It was back in 2008. He has won 1, but Hiroki Goto is somebody that I've wanted for the longest time to become IWGP heavyweight champion. Like, I'm a big Hiroki Goto fan. I love his style. And I really want it to happen before he gets too old and retires. So, to paint a perfect picture for me would be Hiroki Goto winning this whole tournament. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But a perfect picture for me would be Hiroki Goto winning this whole tournament. And then eventually becoming IWGP World Heavyweight Champion at Wrestle Kingdom. That would really touch my heart. But yeah, I think you got a variety of folks in this block that could make it to the playoffs. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Hiroki Goto, Toru Yano, Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Jeff Cobb. Shane Haste? Nah. Alex Coughlin? Nah. So, but yeah, we got some very interesting blocks for this year's G1 Climax. Very interesting blocks. And quite a variety of how they mixed up the competitors for each of the blocks. You know, there's a decent bit of variety. But I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. But there's no telling who's going to win this tournament, to be honest with you. There's no telling. It's a tough one. It's a really, really tough one. I mean, but then again, when you have round robin tournaments like this, it's going to be tough. But my whole thing is, as long as Okada doesn't win, I'll, for the most part, be happy. Because, I mean, he won it last year. So, as long as Okada doesn't win it, I'll be happy. John Lee says, would you say Yano is New Japan's R-Truth? No. Nah. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. I would say Toru Yano is like... R-Truth isn't the name that comes to mind, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's not the name that comes to mind. I was thinking more so maybe Aaron Stevens, because he talks way too much. But then again, R-Truth talks too much. Nah, not as much as Aaron Stevens. No, not as much as Aaron Stevens. I would say more so Aaron Stevens. But I get where you're coming from, though. I definitely get where you're coming from. But yeah. So that is my take on the G1 Climax. But in a perfect world, I would love for Hiroki Goto to pull this off. But overall, as long as Okada or Evil don't win this tournament, I'll be pretty happy with who wins. I'll be pretty happy. You know, I'm not gonna go too crazy. John Lee says, I'm disappointed with Jonah. He went from beating Okada last year to being Mrs. Lackey. Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, that is pretty sad, actually. That is. I agree, John Elite. I mean, I guess many would argue Jonah did that because I guess a better chance for him to be on a bigger stage, but I mean, like you said, he went from wrestling and beating Okada in New Japan to being a sidekick, a lackey to The Miz and whatsoever. So it's kind of night and day between the two. It's obviously night and day. But You know? It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate because I like Jonah. I like Jonah. But yeah, just he was a lot better off in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But I mean, if he's getting paid real well and he's happy, then so be it. You know, that's all I can really say about that. So before I move on to Stardom, so couple of dates, New Japan Pro Wrestling dates I wanted to mention. So let's see. So G1 Climax starts the 15th of July, and then the finals of the G1 Climax will be on August 13th. Wow, so G1 Climax finals is actually on the same day as the Tokyo Princess Cup finals. Go figure. Man, that's going to be a busy Sunday. Holy crap. You got the All-Star Junior Festival in USA, which they just announced 2 of the participants being the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Hiromu Takahashi and Rocky Romero. So those are 2 confirmed for the All-Star Junior Festival that'll be in Philadelphia Saturday, August 19th. So that should be really good. Impact and New Japan Pro Wrestling doing another Multiverse United show. This one's going to be called For Whom the Bell Tolls. And that will be August 20th. Dang, a day after the All-Star Junior Festival? Holy crap. Man, they got so many of these dates together. Big shows close to each other. Wow. Wowzers. The tour of Road to Destruction begins Friday, September 8th. And then you got 2 Destruction shows. You got Destruction in Kobe, which is September 24th. That's on a Sunday. And then you have Destruction in Ryogoku, October 9th. So two big Destruction shows. And then they just announced a new show for the U.S. NJPW Strong Fighting Spirit Unleashed, which will be coming to Las Vegas, Nevada at Sam's Town Live on October 28th, so on a Saturday. So Las Vegas getting some NJPW love with Fighting Spirit Unleashed. They just announced this show. So yeah. So got a couple of dates there for New Japan Pro Wrestling. But a lot of eyes are mainly going to be on the G1 Climax, because G1 Climax is going to take up the rest of this month and going into pretty much the middle of August. So there'll be a lot of focus on that for New Japan Pro Wrestling. But it's a lot of content, a lot of matches, a lot to look forward to. But as I said before, G1 Climax, they'll go through all the block matches. The top 2 from each block will have 8 total playoffs, single elimination tournament. And then the winner gets a free title shot for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Wrestle Kingdom next year, January 4th. Just before my mom's birthday. Anyway, now let's switch gears to Stardom's 5-Star Grand Prix. We got quite a bit to discuss here. Okay. First off, John Elite's got a question. John Elite says, who do you think the mystery partners will be for Blood and Guts? I'm thinking Ibushi Kota Ibushi for the Elite. I think it most definitely will be Kota Ibushi for the Elite. I agree. I think it's an easy pick. Now for the other side, for Jericho's team, supposedly the word is Santana is supposed to be returning soon. So supposedly Santana may be the mystery partner for or not for Jericho's team, for Moxley's team, for Mox's team. I don't know why I said Jericho. But for Mox's team, for Blackpool Combat Club, I think Santana, because I've been hearing rumors that he's supposed to be returning. But for the Elite, definitely Kota Ibushi. Definitely. I think I can't really imagine who else it could be other than Kota Ibushi. I don't see how it could be anybody else other than Kota Ibushi. But I think for the BCC, rumor is Santana supposed to be returning, so maybe Santana. But yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. Okay. 5-Star Grand Prix 2023. So, just a heads up on the schedule for the 5-Star Grand Prix. The 5-Star Grand Prix will begin not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, July 23rd. That's when it will begin. And then the finals of the 5-Star Grand Prix will be on Saturday, September 30th. So starts in July, will end at the end of September, which they've spaced out the matches for this tournament a lot more than, the G1 Climax, because they're going to have some other shows going on between July 23rd and September 30th. So something to keep in mind. It's going to take them a while to actually go through the 5-Star Grand Prix. But the way it usually happens is you got the Red Star block and the Blue Star block. The top finishers from each block go to the finals. They have one match. The winner not only wins the whole tournament, but usually gets to challenge for the World of Stardom Championship, usually at the end of the year, which is usually Stardom Dream Queendom. So that's usually how the trend has been. But let's go ahead and take a look at the competitors for this year's 5-Star Grand Prix. Okay. Starting off with the Red Stars. So the Red Stars, we got Tam Nakano, who is the current World of Stardom champion. We got Mayu Iwatani, who's the current IWGP Women's Champion. We have Saya Kamatani. We have Shuri. We have Suzu Suzuki. We have Starlight Kid, who is one half of the New Blood Tag Team Champions. We have Natsupoi, who is 1/3 of the... Or actually, no, she's not. No, she's not. Natsupoi. We have Hazuki. We have Natsuko Tora. And we have Ami Sourei. So those are your competitors for the red block, for the Red Stars. And then the Blue Stars, you have 1/3 of the Artists of Stardom Trios champions, as well as the NJPW Strong Women's Champion, Julia. You have Utami Hayashishita. You have Maika. You have Saori Ano. You have Momo Watanabe. You have the current Wonder of Stardom champion, Mirai. You have Azumi. You have one half of the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions, Mina Shirakawa. You have the other half of the Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions in Mariah May. And you have Hanan. Those are your blue stars. And of course, remember, Mariah May and Hanan were the two that qualified to compete in the 5-Star Grand Prix because they were the top two to finish in the 5-Star Grand Prix qualifier rumble. So that's how they punched their ticket to be in this tournament. Okay. Now, of course, remember, last year's winner was Julia, who went on to defeat Shuri at Stardom Grand Queendom, or All-Star Queendom. One second. What the heck? Okay, sorry about that. But yes, Julia won the 5-Star Grand Prix last year. And then she eventually went on to defeat Shuri in a very hard-fought battle in All-Star Grand Queendom. Or excuse me, Dream Queendom. I keep getting the two mixed up. Dream Queendom defeated Shuri to become the World of Stardom champion. So, this year looks to be very, very interesting. So let's start off with the Red Stars. Start off with the Red Stars. The Red Stars looks pretty stacked, to be honest with you. It's pretty stacked. I mean, you got Tam Nakano, you got Mayu Iwatani, Saya Kamatani, Shuri, Suzu Suzuki, Starlight Kid, Natsupoi, Hazuki, Natsuko Tora, and Ami Sourei. I mean, this is a very stacked block. And it's really kind of hard to say who's going to come out of the Red Stars. Because you got to remember, I mean, out of the Red Stars, I mean, you got two past winners. Because remember, Mayu Iwatani won the 5-Star Grand Prix in 2018, and Shuri won it in 2021. So, two past winners there in that Red Stars block. So, yeah. Let's go through each of the ladies. Tam Nakano, I mean, she's the current World of Stardom champion. For how long? Not sure. But, you know, she's never won this tournament before. But, I mean, she is the champ. So, I could see her being a threat for sure. Mayu Iwatani, who has won a 5-Star Grand Prix, is definitely a threat. But my thing with Mayu, I mean, she's IWGP Women's Champion, and she hasn't defended that title since she won it back in April. There's no telling when she's going to defend that title, but you can't sleep on Mayu Iwatani. She's still a strong competitor. Saya Kamatani, is another one. Had one of the best Wonder of Stardom championship runs in the promotion's history. Especially when it came to a number of defenses. So don't sleep on the Golden Phoenix. Shuri, of course, Shuri has one of the best win-loss records in Stardom. Not only that, had an incredible SWA championship run, had an incredible World of Stardom championship run, won a 5-star Grand Prix. So Shuri is definitely going to be a threat, for sure. Shuri is definitely a big threat in this block. Suzu Suzuki. Well, I don't see Suzu Suzuki making it to the finals. I'm very intrigued to see how she will do in a lot of these matchups. Because I do believe she's going to get some victories in these matchups. Because you don't want to sleep on Suzu Suzuki. But it is good to see her back in this tournament. Starlight Kid, it'll be interesting to see what upsets she could pull off. I think Starlight Kid, is capable of pulling off some upsets, for sure. Natsupoi, I hate to say this, and I love Natsupoi, but I got a feeling that Natsupoi is probably tied with Ami Sourei as the two weak links in the Red Stars. I hate to say it, and I love both ladies, but I just don't see Natsupoi doing that well. I hope I'm wrong, but I hope she can. I hope she can have a good 5-star Grand Prix. I would like to see her do well. And Hazuki, who was doing phenomenal last year's 5-star Grand Prix, and then near the end, she just got on this big losing streak. I mean, she went undefeated for at least like 6 or 7 straight matches, and then she just fell apart. So I'm hoping Hazuki can have a similar showing, but, not get on a losing streak near the end. Because I really feel like Hazuki last year was really becoming one of the favorites to win the 5-star Grand Prix. And I think Hazuki is one that doesn't get enough love because still young, still a great singles competitor. I enjoyed her as high-speed champion, but she has definitely evolved since returning, since coming out of retirement and returning back to action. So I really would love to see a great showing from Hazuki in this tournament and really get back to her singles winning roots. Natsuko Tora, I mean, as the leader of Oedo Tai, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how she does. I know she was out for a long time previously with the ACL, but now that she's been back for a while and she's in this tournament, it'll be interesting to see how she does. And then Ami Sourei, like I said, just like with Natsupoi, I feel like Ami Sourei and Natsupoi are the two weak links. But I'm really hoping for a good turnout for Ami Sourei. And the interesting thing was, I believe last year's 5-star Grand Prix, Ami Sourei did the qualifier, and she won all her matches in the qualifier to be in last year's 5-star Grand Prix. So, but yeah. So, looking at the Red Stars, who could I see making it to the finals? So, starting from Ami Sourei, I'm going to have to say no for Ami Sourei, no for Natsuko Tora. Hazuki, yes, I could see Hazuki make it to the finals. Natsupoi, I'm going to say no. Starlight Kid, I'm going to say no. Suzu Suzuki, I think she'll put up a great effort, but I'm going to have to say no. Shuri, yes. Saya Kamatani, yes. Mayu Iwatani, yes. And Tam Nakano, yes. So those are the ladies that I could see in the finals. Now, who would I want to win it? Who do I think has a great chance from the Red Stars of winning it all? Not Tam, not Mayu. Saya Kamatani winning it would be pretty cool. Shuri, nah, she's won it before. Hazuki winning it would be really cool, actually. So overall, Hazuki, Saya Kamatani are two names that really stand out to me. And like I said, I love Shuri. She's one of my favorites, but I don't see her winning it. But I would love to see either Saya Kamatani or Hazuki. I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on Hazuki, mainly because of how well she did early out in last year's 5-star Grand Prix before she fell apart. So I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on Hazuki. But I would be okay with anybody in the Red Stars except Natsuko Tora. I definitely don't want her to win it. But yeah, I think Hazuki and Saya Kamatani, I think, would be great to win this tournament. And like I said, Suzu, I would love to see how well she does. Maybe Suzu Suzuki is a sleeper, but do I see her winning the whole thing? No. No, definitely not. I mean, Suzu's not even signed to Stardom. You know, she's not even full-time with Stardom. You know, not only that, she's just made it her main. But I still am not convinced that Suzu is signed to Stardom. I'm not convinced. All right. And then for the Blue Stars. So, Blue Stars. Well, Julia won this tournament last year, so I don't see her winning it back-to-back. Utami won it in 2020. So, Utami, I don't see winning it. Zero, welcome to the stream. What's up, Blitz? What's up with you? Good to see you. Micah. Now, Micah, I would love for Micah to have a great showing in this tournament. I definitely like Micah. You know, Micah's a very strong competitor. Seriano could be a sleeper, but she's another one I don't believe is signed to Stardom. So, I don't know. Nothing much, chilling. How about you? Oh, I'm good. I've been doing really good. It's been a good start to the week so far. Let's see. Momo Watanabe. I mean, Momo Watanabe. I mean, I love Momo Watanabe, and you know, Momo Watanabe is definitely someone that I feel could use this. I mean, Momo was the runner-up to Shuri, who won it in 2021. So Momo, I mean, she's capable. She's won a Cinderella tournament. She's never won a 5-star Grand Prix. She's only finished as a runner-up. So, it would be nice to see Momo get some singles love. Zero says, what this new AEW game? Oh, have you not played it yet? It's alright. It's alright. I won't say it's trash, but I won't say it's great. I mean, there's some fun parts to it. What I might end up doing a stream comparing both, like playing both on stream. Like I'm strongly thinking about doing that. So I'm actually glad you mentioned that. I'm probably gonna do that since I have both games digitally. Fight Forever and WWE 2K23. So I'll probably at some point do a comparison stream and play both. So keep an eye out for that. So basically is 50-50. Like, I'll elaborate a little bit. I'll elaborate. Like the move list is very accurate. I think the move list is very accurate. The roster, not accurate. I don't like that the entrances are only 10 seconds. The controls are pretty simple. I don't like how the counter system is in the game. Character models are fine. The presentation's pretty good. Not a whole lot of playable options, especially not compared to 2K23. But for that being the first AEW game, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think if they were to do another one, like a future one, I think they will have fixed and worked out all the kinks. You know what I mean? But I think it's an alright game. Do I think it's worth like $60-$70? No. No. I can't say that it's worth 60 or 70 bucks. Zero says the game reminds me of the TNA game, to be honest, if you ask me. I can't comment because I've never played it. I've heard that it wasn't that great, but I've never played it, so I'll take your word for it. John Lee says, are they any glitches? I haven't come across any yet. I've played it a little bit. I haven't come across any yet so far. So I can't say that I have. But yeah. It's alright. It's an alright game. Not trash, but not excellent. And I think GameSpot and IGN only gave it like a 6 out of 10. So, I mean, which, like I said, not bad for their first AEW game. Not bad. So, that's my take on it. But I'll probably do a live stream of both games just to kind of, do a little fun comparison. Okay, so went over Momo Watanabe. Mirai. Well, Mirai did just win the Cinderella tournament and won the Wonder of Stardom Championship. So, I don't see her winning the 5-star Grand Prix at all. Zero says, I'll be lookout whenever you stream for AEW. Okay, cool deal. Cool deal. Yeah, definitely keep an eye out. Azumi. Well, Azumi, a lot of folks are saying it's time for Azumi to ascend to the next level and potentially go for either the white belt or the red belt. So, this is Azumi's chance. Mina Shirakawa, of course, someone that, was a white belt champion that had some incredible matches in last year's 5-star Grand Prix. I believe she got voted the best match. If I remember, I think it was her against Saya Kamatani. It was either that match or it was Himeka versus Maika. It was one of those two. But yeah, Mina Shirakawa, I expect a pretty strong showing this year. Mariah May making her first 5-star Grand Prix. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. To be honest with you, I don't know what to expect. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm actually not too sure. So, I mean, I know for the most part, I've seen Mariah May in like tag team and trios matches for the most part. But, I mean, I'll be very curious to see how she does. And then you got Hanan, who qualified as well from the Rumble. Hanan going through, change in look and kind of sort of gimmick as well, in a way. She's the young lioness. So, which Hanan has been in a 5-star Grand Prix before. She was in it in 2021. So, well, actually, no. Wait a minute. Actually, I think she's debuting. Yeah, now that I think about it, I believe she's debuting in the 5-star Grand Prix for the first time. Because I was trying to look up, because I know she did wrestle some matches while the tournament was going on without being in the tournament. So, but yeah, her in the 5-star Grand Prix. Now, for the Blue Stars, thinking about who I could see making it to the finals for the Blue Stars. Julia, yeah. Utami, yeah. Maika, yeah. Saori Ano, yeah. Momo Watanabe, yeah. Mirai, no. Azumi, yes. Mina Shirakawa, yes. Mariah May, no. Hanan, no. So, starting with Hanan. Hanan has a lot of opposition in the Blue Stars, which makes it really hard for me to see her actually getting a handful of wins. Like, I could see her maybe beating Mariah May and maybe Momo Watanabe. But I don't see Hanan picking up a lot of wins. But if she does, I will be so happy. Because I truly believe Hanan deserves a big push. I think she deserves a push. I really do. Mariah May, I mean, this is her debut. 5-star Grand Prix, her first one. Just like with Hanan. But for Mariah May, I just, like I said, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect. Oh, actually, what am I thinking? Hanan was in it last year. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Hanan was in it last year. Because she had that really bad streak. She had that really bad losing streak. It's coming back to me now. It's coming back to me now. She had that really bad losing streak. Yeah, Hanan could not buy a victory. And I do remember that Momokogo replaced Tekla, because Tekla was supposed... Wow, I just realized that. You know what? I just now realized that. Tekla's not in this year's 5-star Grand Prix. Even though she was in it last year, but then she was pulled out due to injury and replaced by Momokogo. Wow. I would have thought they would put Tekla back in this year's tournament to give her another chance. Wow. Oh well. Dang, that's kind of a bummer. Oh well. Anyway, back to Mariah May. Mariah May, I don't see her getting a whole lot of victories. I just don't. Mina Shirakawa, like I said, I could see her potentially making it to the finals. Because Mina has definitely evolved between last year and now. Azumi, I think, has a great chance of making it to the finals. Had one of the best high-speed championship runs, you know, especially when it came to title defenses. Mirai, my whole thing with Mirai is mainly because she's already won the Cinderella tournament and won the white belt. I just can't see her making it to the finals for the 5-star Grand Prix. I can't see it. Momo Watanabe, you know, I would like to see her back in the picture, especially being a former runner-up of a, you know, past the 5-star Grand Prix 2021, where she lost to Shuri. So, there's that. Saori Ano, Saori Ano, I'm not sure what to expect, but I think she will be a very tough competitor, for sure. She's a great wrestler, so I think she'll be a very tough competitor. Micah, like I said, I think Micah definitely has a great opportunity. and I would really love to see Micah have a good run. Utami Hayashishita, which I believe now going back to Micah was a runner-up, if I remember correctly, because Utami beat her to win the 5-star Grand Prix back in 2020. Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, she beat Micah. So there's that. And then Julia, which Julia won it last year, but I really hope she's not in the finals this year. But I think she's still a strong opponent that could make it to the finals. But who do I think could potentially win from the Blue Stars? Part of me wants to see either Micah, Momo Watanabe, Azumi, or Mina Shirakawa win the 5-star Grand Prix. I think one of those 4 ladies, Micah, Momo Watanabe, Azumi, Mina Shirakawa. I think any of those 4 I would love to see not only make it to the finals, but win the whole thing. So, all in all, ladies that I think have a best chance to win it all, Saya Kamatani, Hazuki, Micah, Momo Watanabe, Azumi, Mina Shirakawa. So I think one of those 6 ladies will end up winning this year's 5-star Grand Prix tournament. But this should be really good. This should be really good. And as a matter of fact, I want to discuss the first matchups, because they've actually posted what the first matchups will be to open up the 5-star Grand Prix. And I don't have any graphics for them, but I do have them written down. So let me hold on. Okay, found them. Okay, I knew I had them written somewhere. Okay, so first matchups for the 5-star Grand Prix. So for the Red Stars, we got Ami Sourei versus Natsuko Tora, which I'm really hoping Ami Sourei wins that match. So I'm picking Ami Sourei for that. Natsupoi versus Starlight Kid. Ooh, this is a run back of a past high-speed championship match where actually Natsupoi dethroned Starlight Kid. Actually, no. Correction. Nah, Natsupoi dethroned Azumi. Yeah, she dethroned Azumi. What am I talking about? Because then I remember Azumi dethroned Starlight Kid. But Natsupoi, Starlight Kid, that should be really good. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say Natsupoi wins that one. Why not? So, Natsupoi over Starlight Kid. Shuri versus Suzu Suzuki. Ooh. Sorry, Suzu, but gotta go with my girl Shuri. So I'm picking Shuri to defeat Suzu Suzuki. Mayu Iwatani versus Hazuki. You know what? You know what? I'm going to go with Hazuki to pick up the upset over Mayu Iwatani. Yep. Picking Hazuki over Mayu. And then Tam Nakano versus Saya Kamitani. Ooh. Got ourselves a run back from when they battled for the white belt. Which I remember when Saya Kamitani won the Cinderella tournament and had this shot. She failed, but then got another shot and won. So I guess this is the rubber match, so to speak. Tam Nakano will probably get that victory. Even though I'll be rooting for Saya, I think Tam will probably get it. Yeah, I think Tam will get it. But yeah, those some really interesting Red Stars matchups. But I'm thinking Ami Sourei, Natsupoi, Shuri, Hazuki, and Tam Nakano will win their first matches. And then looking at the Blue Stars' first matchups, Maika versus Hanan. Ooh, that's a tough first matchup for Hanan. Gonna have to go with Maika. Gotta keep it real. Gonna have to go with Maika. And then let's see. You got Azumi versus Mariah May. Ooh, that's a tough first match for Mariah May, going up against former high-speed champion Azumi. Yeah, I think Azumi is going to take that one. Yeah, I think she's going to take that one. Mirai versus Momo Watanabe. Probably. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna go with Mirai. I'm gonna go with Mirai. I'm gonna play it safe and go with Mirai. Ooh, this ought to be good. Utami Hayashishita versus Mina Shirakawa. Oof. This one could go either way, actually. This one could actually go either way. But I'm going to have to go with Utami. And then Julia versus Saori Ano. You know what? I'm going Saori Ano. I think she's going to pull off the upset and give Julia an opening loss. But definitely should be a very interesting opening night for the 5-Star Grand Prix. But man, so much to look forward to. And like I said, I plan on covering these tournaments. TJPW's Tokyo Princess Cup, which that's single elimination tournament, so that'll be pretty easy to keep up with. But the 2 round robins, G1 Climax and 5-Star Grand Prix, I've made spreadsheets for, so when the time comes to do a recap of the current standings, I'll be using my own spreadsheets and keeping track of all the standings that way. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, that will do it for this video. Like I said, these 3 tournaments start this month. As it gets close to the end of this month, going into next month, I will do another. I'll do another video to do like a preview for the upcoming Pro Wrestling Noah N1 Victory tournament, which that starts in August, and that's a round robin tournament, very similar to the 5-Star Grand Prix and the G1 Climax, which that will be my first N1 tournament victory tournament. So I'm definitely really excited about that one. So that should be really, really good. John Elite says, was Danielson coming out to Final Countdown at Forbidden Door a one night only thing? Probably. I mean, it was a suitable show to do that for, but I mean, I could see it being a one night only thing. It would make sense if it was a one night only thing, but you never know. They might save it for big matchups, which, I mean, him and Okada was a dream matchup, so it was the rightful pick. But I mean, they might save it for special occasions or special pay-per-views, maybe going forward. But I think initially, yeah, I think it's a one night only thing, which would make sense if they kept it to one night only. I still thought it was pretty epic to see Bryan Danielson tap out Okada. That was crazy. Really, really crazy. Jesse Midnight Crawler, what's up? Maxi Impaler opening theme music goes hard. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a headbanger. It's a headbanger for sure. Definitely a headbanger for sure. But, yeah, y'all, this is tournament season for pro wrestling. I mean, there's so much to look forward to. I mean, when you look at tournaments, John Elite said, and with Danielson injured too. That is correct. Finished that match. I think it was a fractured forearm or something like that, but yeah, still finished the match submitting Okada. It was incredible. It was very incredible. But yeah, this is the season for tournaments. Tokyo Princess Cup, G1 Climax 33, 5-Star Grand Prix. We got N1 Victory coming up next month. I mean, we still got the Owen Hart Cup tournament going on. We got Catch the Wave finishing up this weekend. The finals is this weekend. Got Catch the Wave finishing up. John Elite says, I'm glad Ciampa returned a few weeks ago to No One Will Survive. Oh yeah, good theme. Really, really good theme. I like that theme. I agree. Am I missing any tournaments? I don't think I'm missing any tournaments. Am I missing any tournaments? G1 Climax, Tokyo Princess Cup, 5-Star Grand Prix, N1 Victory, Owen Hart Cup, Catch the Wave. Yeah. So 6. With Catch the Wave getting ready to finish up this weekend. So, yeah, six tournaments. That's a lot. That is a lot of pro wrestling tournaments. Whew. It's crazy. I guess maybe summertime is like the time for pro wrestling tournaments. Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, I'm starting to see some Diana information appear. Which Diana now, their site is very similar to Seedling's site. But yeah. What do you think of Jack as a heel so far? Jack? Uh, Jack who? I'm confused. Which Jack? But but yeah, Seedling and Diana's sites are now very similar. Oh, Jungle Boy. Oh, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. Uh, kind of lame, if you ask me. Like, it was like he was trying to force himself to talk like a heel. You know, I wasn't feeling it. That promo he did, I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't feeling it. It felt forced. You know what I mean? It felt very forced. So, yeah. Yeah, it felt very forced. So, yeah, I can't say that I'm really digging Jungle Boy as a heel. I mean, which I'm sure he's going to change up his wardrobe, his ring gear, once he's wrestling as a heel. But oh, here's an interesting question for y'all. This was a friend of mine on Twitter posted about this. Now that we're halfway through the year, who is y'all's pick for Women's Wrestler of the Year so far? Women's Wrestler of the Year so far. Who's y'all's pick? Who's y'all's pick? So far, Women's Wrestler of the Year. So far this year, for the year 2023. If you ask me personally, I would have to go with Athena. I have to go with Athena. Although, I mean, I know when it comes to champions, I have to definitely go with Athena. Definitely Athena. But I mean, Mio Momono, Suzu Suzuki. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, Rhea Ripley. I mean, Rhea Ripley's been on a tear. I mean, there's a lot. there's a lot. I mean, I still believe Shuri is still up there. Still believe Shuri is up there. Jesse says Athena's a solid pick. Masha. Oh yeah, Masha Slamovich. That's a good pick. That's a very good pick. Good pick. Masha Slamovich. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, she's been on a tear. I'd have to also include Rina Yamashita, Miyu Yamashita. Miyu Yamashita has been very busy, especially in the States. John Elise says, what would you say is match of the year so far? Jordan Grace, female wrestler of the year. Nah, I can't say Jordan Grace. I like Jordan Grace. I've met Jordan Grace, but wrestler of the year, nah, I can't say Jordan Grace. What would you say match of the year so far? Match of the year so far. That's tough. Because there's a couple. There's a couple. I mean, to be honest with you, Mio Momono versus Chikayo Nagashima for the 3AW Singles Championship is definitely a candidate. Rika Tatsumi versus Miyu Watanabe, Grand Princess 23 for the International Princess Championship, definitely is up there. I mean, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Forbidden Door. That's up there. I mean, it's hard to pick one. It's really hard to pick one. Oh, see, John Elite mentioned Ospreay Omega Wrestle Kingdom and Forbidden Door. Honestly, I like their Forbidden Door match a little better. I like their Forbidden Door match better. But, you know, their Wrestle Kingdom one was still pretty solid. But it's hard to pick one. It's really, really hard to pick one. It's hard to pick one. But yeah, there's a lot of great candidates. A lot of great candidates. I mean, you know, as far as last year, Suzu Suzuki versus Tomoka Inaba at the Taichi Taka 50 joint combined anniversary JTO show, that still to this day is one of my favorite matches from 2022. That match was phenomenal. But yeah, there's so many. It's hard to pick one. It is really hard to pick one. Honestly, shoot. Saryism Chapter 1. Big Hosh versus Sari. That was excellent. There's just so many. There's so many. But yeah. I have to keep better track of them because there's so many. I gotta keep better track. But yeah. I'm still hopeful that TJPW will do something about the vacant tag team championships. But like I said, I think Daisy Monkey, Free Wi-Fi, Moka Miyamoto, Juria Nagano, Kyoraku Kiyome, I think would be worthy contenders to go after those tag titles. But a big part of me kind of wants Daisy Monkey to become Princess Tag Champs. John Lee says, can matches like Anarchy in the Arena and Stadium Stampede ever work in WWE? To be honest with you, I think the closest that I've seen of that in the WWE was the Money in the Bank WWE headquarters match. That's probably the closest. So I'm going to say, could it work? Yes. Would they ever consider doing that? That's a whole different story. But I think Money in the Bank from a couple of years back when they had it in WWE headquarters, I think that's the closest to what you're talking about. But Do I think it could work in the WWE? Yeah, I do. I do. I do. I just don't know if. First of all, I don't know if Stadium Stampede, I don't know if that's something that is trademarked for AEW. I mean, they would have to come up with a different name and concept, but it could work in WWE. They would just have to come up with a different name and concept. But I think the Money in the Bank WWE headquarters match, I feel was close. The Money in the Bank at the start of the pandemic. Yeah. Yeah. That one. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. The one that Asuka and Otis won. The match was pretty entertaining. The match was pretty entertaining, and that's funny coming from me because I hate Money in the Bank. But the match itself was pretty entertaining. But what resulted later on, especially for Otis, was just bad. You know, Asuka was the only exception because, you know, Becky was pregnant, so she had to take a leave of absence. But yeah, John Lee, I would say that match was probably the closest. Yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, it was pretty entertaining for what it was. It was pretty entertaining. Also, while it's on my mind, I know this past weekend I finally checked out a Ganbare pro wrestling show, which was really good. Which was really good. I'm trying to figure out what on my list that I still haven't checked out. I still haven't checked out a Oz Academy show. I still need to do that. So Oz Academy. I still haven't seen a Glate show. I technically haven't seen a Glate show. So that's 2. I've seen plenty of Gato Move shows. I just haven't really done any reviews on a Gato Move show, which I don't know. Maybe I should do a review of a Gato Move show. I mean, I've seen a handful of them. Jesse says Pure J. Oh yeah, Pure J. That's another one. Pure J is another one. You know what? Let me grab a note card. Yeah. Yeah, let me grab a note card. Okay. Y'all just start firing off names of promotions I should check out. So, Pure J, Oz Academy, Glate, which I don't know if any of these are easy access. So if they are, please let me know. Glate. So Pure J, Oz Academy, Glate. John Elite says, have you been to a New Japan Strong show in the States? Yes, I have been to 1, 2, 3. I think I've been to 3. I've been to 3. Yeah, I've been to 3. Matter of fact, yes, I've been to NJPW Strong High Alert, and I've been to 2 NJPW The New Beginning shows, because I went to The New Beginning in Durham, and I went to The New Beginning in Charlotte. So I've been to 3. Yeah, I've been to 3 NJPW shows in the States. GCW. So I know I haven't reviewed a GCW show, but I have been to GCW. I've been to 2 GCW shows. Let's see. I went to GCW Sanctified and Don't Talk to Me. Yeah. Those are the only 2 GCW shows I've been to. But technically I haven't reviewed one, so I guess I could put that on the list. And I actually haven't reviewed a Gato Move / Choco Pro show either. So I'm going to put a star next to the ones that I've actually seen before. But yeah, and of course DPW, which I haven't reviewed a DPW show, but I've been going to DPW shows like crazy. So, a ton of those. I've been to, MLW, I've been to 1 MLW show, just, MLW's kind of But I've been to a show. I went to the last one that they had when they came to Charlotte, but Evolution. Evolution is a very new promotion. It's a small promotion in Japan that I think specializes in matches with freelancers, because I think they only got 3 ladies. I think Zones, Chi-Chi, and 1 other, and they wrestle freelancers. They wrestle freelancers. So I might consider checking out a Evolution show at some point. So I wrote them down. Hey, what's up, Mike? What's going on? Life has been good. How about you? How have you been? What's new? John Elite says, what do you think of Kevin Nash calling LA Knight a Rock ripoff? Yeah, Kevin Nash is a dum-dum for saying that. The ripoff of The Rock? What? No. That's ridiculous. I don't know why they would, I don't know why he would say that. That's crazy. And, oh shoot, there's another Gon Pro show coming up. Gonjo Fighting Spirits 23. Really? Jeez. Well, there's I wonder if that's going to be on Wrestle Universe. Probably going to be on Wrestle Universe. Mike says, Jason, hot freaking pockets. Utami's going to be in my area the 14th, New York, and I can't go because it's Friday. Wait, you can't go because it's Friday, or you weren't able to get a ticket? Were you just not able to get a ticket? Oh yeah, Gonjo Fighting Spirit. Yeah, it's going to be on Wrestle Universe. Wow, okay. Dang. So much content. Ooh, but the matches. Yuri versus Misa Kagura. Ooh. Yappy versus Saki. Riara versus Sumire Natsu. Oh shoot. Alex Lee and Cherry versus Miyako Matsumoto and Benny Okaiwa. Makoto and Asuka versus Marika Kobashi and Ami Manase. Dang. Gambare. Oh, Gambare Joshi. Oh, this must be like a little subdivision of Gon Pro. Interesting. John Elite says, "How is the AEW crowd compared to WWE?" Oh, you mean like live show? Uh, I mean, I say it's probably much louder at an AEW show compared to a WWE show. But I mean, I'd say probably louder at an AEW show for the most part. I would think, but uh, that's pretty much all I could say. Mike says Friday I meant because I work weekdays and I can't get off. Oh, if it was Saturday or Sunday, good, but why not? Oh, I see. Gotcha. Dang. Are you gonna at least watch the live stream, or probably not? You can't get no. You ain't got no PTO. You ain't got no PTO. Oh, bummer. Oh, home care attendant, and I work afternoon through evening. My client's alone, so no days off like that. Oh yeah, yeah. That's gonna be tough to take time off for that. Yeah, that's a much different scenario. So I feel you. Will her show be streamed? Yes, I believe it will be on Fight TV. And also don't forget the recent JCW show is free on YouTube. So if you want to see her second match in the U.S., the one she had against Shania Kai, that's on YouTube for free. So just a FYI on that. But yeah, the GCW show will be on Fight TV. Fight TV. So, yeah. Got that coming up. Yep. GCW Now and Forever, July 14th, Friday, 8 p.m. Yep. Yeah. GCW Game Changer Wrestling, and it's going to be on Fight TV. Yeah, Fight TV. I'm not a big fan of Fight TV, but that's where it'll be available on. The thing with this is you have to subscribe to Fight Plus, but if you're a new subscriber, they're doing a 7-day free trial. So, something to think about. And you can join Fight Plus. Their prices are, you can do $7.99 a month for $69.99 a year. So you can do monthly or yearly. John Lee says, "Why is Scripps still called Scripps even without the mask?" Yeah, that's pretty dumb. That's pretty dumb. I have no idea, John Elite, but yeah, it is kind of ridiculous that they still call him that, even though we all know it's Reggie. But yeah, it's pretty dumb. So yeah, good question. Good question. But man, so much stuff to watch. I'm still waiting to figure out what this big debut for DPW Beast Coast is going to be on August, which I will be at that show live. Oh, they got a Gon Pro show July 17th. Dang. They be popping out these shows like crazy. Mike says, Jason, though it won't happen now, my dream, if I could see Utami in America, freelancer with Stardom, I catch her walking down the aisle and you hand her a bouquet of roses. I like that. I like that. Who knows if you, I mean, it might work. If not, you could hand her roses at a meet and greet. If that doesn't work, hand her the roses at the meet and greet. But to be honest, don't be surprised if we see more of Utami as well as others, because I still believe in my heart, it might not be this year, it may be next year, but I think we are going to get a Stardom US tour at some point. I really do. I really do. If Stardom was this open to allow Utami to go to the States right before the 5-Star Grand Prix and to have a few shows, that's a start. That's a big start. So, Mike, I wouldn't look past it. I wouldn't look past it. You never know. I mean, we're getting a taste of Utami in the States, and we have to remember, this isn't her first rodeo in the States. She had came to the States before on a Stardom US tour before the pandemic, wrestled Momo Watanabe for the white belt. So, hey, I think it's only a matter of time before we get a Stardom US tour. I think either maybe late this year or at least next year for sure. Oh, this is an interesting question from John Elite. Would we have gotten this tribal chief character from Roman a lot sooner if he turned on the Shield instead of Seth? Probably not. Probably not. Unless Paul Heyman got early involvement, which, I mean, he kind of sort of did with Roman, just on the opposing side because he was still with Brock Lesnar. But I don't know. I would have to say probably no. But that's a very intriguing what if question, John Elite. I actually really like that question. That's a good question. That's a nice little what if scenario. Mike says, Unagi Sayaka wants to wrestle in America. She just had a match with Maki Ito and talked to HD subs. She knows Maki has an open door thing with AEW. Well, don't forget, Unagi Sayaka also wrestled at the Queen of the Indies tournament at West Coast Pro. She was in that tournament. So, she's dabbled a little bit in the States. I want to say she's had a few matches in the States, because I know she was at that tournament, because I did a review of that tournament. But yeah, she's been all over the place. I mean, Marvelous, Sendai Girls, Glade, Zero. Oh, she recently wrestled in 0-1. Wow. But yeah, she did West Coast Pro, Queen of the Indies. She's gonna be at that Kitsune Pro wrestling show coming in October. But yeah, she's only done a little bit, just a little bit in the U.S. Just a little bit. Mike says, but I'm confused. She also said in the interview why she's banned from Tokyo Joshi Pro. Wait, she's banned? What? I don't know why she's banned from Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I actually have no idea. I didn't even know anything about that, to be honest with you, Mike. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. I didn't even know she was banned. But what I'm thinking though, I mean, it might have something to do with maybe how she left. Because, I mean, when you think about it, going from TJPW to Stardom, I mean, it's kind of a big deal, you know? I mean, look at Natsupoi. She used to be in TJPW. I think there's some big competition, which is why I don't think we'll ever see a collab show between TJPW and Stardom. I don't think we'll ever see one, because I just feel like they just don't mesh well. John Lee says, since Nick Wayne's AEW debuts tomorrow, what other promotions has he done? GCW, I think Defy Wrestling. I think he's did House of Glory. So GCW, JCW. Oh yeah, he's done DDT. That's right, he has done some DDT. He's done Defy. He's done Progress and Prestige. So yeah, he's done a handful of stuff, but I think a big portion of GCW. Big portion of GCW. Isn't the 1-2-3 Kid X-Pac? Yes, 1-2-3 Kid, X-Pac, Six, all the same guy. But yeah, Nick Wayne, a lot of GCW, JCW, Defy, Progress, Prestige, done some DDT. So he's been around. He's been around for sure. He has been around. But yeah, going back to Stardom, TJPW, I don't think they mesh well. And I can't see them ever doing a collab show. You know what sounds crazy? I think we'd have a better chance seeing AEW and WWE do a collab show before Stardom and TJPW ever do a collab show, to be honest with you. To keep it real with you, I think that's more than likely to happen. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. Mike says, I'm gonna find that whole interview with HD Subs and Unagi. I know about Unagi's past, gravure, and she had some fallout with Stardom, which I don't know. Maybe she pissed someone off. Well, I mean, well, you have to think about a couple of things, Mike. I mean, look at how she was utilized in Stardom. I mean, aside from the trio with Cosmic Angels and them being Artists of Stardom champions, she really didn't have that great of a run in Stardom, especially not as a singles competitor. And then, like I said, with, TJPW, I mean, going from there to Stardom, I'm pretty sure that was frowned upon. Because that's their competition. That's their direct competition. So, because, I mean, you got to think about it. You look at a lot of these Stardom New Blood shows and just other special shows, you'll see talent from JTO, Diana, Wave, Gato Move. You don't see anybody from TJPW at those shows. You don't see anybody from TJPW at those shows. Sendai Girls, sure. Seedling, sure. But you don't see anybody from TJPW at those shows. That's their direct competition. What do you think of the AEW Blind Tag Tournament? Stupid. Stupid and a waste of time. That's why I don't even count it as a viable tournament. Because I think it's a dumb idea. I think it's a dumb idea. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. I think it's a dumb idea. Oh yeah, I also wanted to mention this while I'm still on here. I don't know if y'all heard, but according to PWInsider.com, once excuse me. According to PWInsider.com, apparently there is a new upcoming US Joshi promotion that is getting ready to start in September, with the first show being in New York. And supposedly one of the talents that they got to be a part of it as a backstage and on-screen role, word is the legend Bull Nakano. That's big. Getting somebody like Bull Nakano for your promotion to be involved, that's huge. That's huge. So I'm actually keeping an eye out for this. There's no word on what it's going to be called or anything like that, but yeah, they got a promotion coming up. But yeah, it's going to launch in New York City this fall. New Japanese women's wrestling promotion. And the thing is, they didn't specify where the talent would be coming from. But September for New York City is supposed to be the debut. And the word is that Bull Nakano is going to be involved. And apparently, word is also that the promotion has been in the works for several years, and that some of the people involved were Bushiroad consultants, which you have to think. Bushiroad is the parent company that oversees New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom. So, something to keep in mind, y'all. Something to keep in mind. So, yeah. I'm going to be keeping an eye out. I know Spark Joshi just started, which they're based in California. But maybe this will be the East Coast equivalent. But I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out on it for sure. John Lee says, I hate the can they coexist BS. Oh, yeah. Same. Mike says, WWE is stupid with their women's division. They don't know how to promote their current talent. And NXT girls do even less to stand out and create buzz to make them worth watching. Well, I think the big problem is we're seeing the same small handful of ladies every week. There's no variety. We're seeing the same few girls every week. So, I mean, and when you think about it, the same thing's kind of been happening with AEW. It's been happening with AEW as well. So, Bull Nakano is legendary, and I understand she's lost a lot of weight too. Hope she can still handle throwing people around. Oh, no. She won't be wrestling. No. She won't be wrestling. Just on-screen persona and backstage. No. She's retired. No, she better not get in that ring and wrestle. No. But she is on my Joshi Mount Rushmore. But yeah. So actually I found an updated article on dailyddt.com. So yeah, says here there's an all-women's Japanese wrestling promotion launching in the U.S. It is set to launch in September and will be comprised of women wrestling and other Japanese promotions. According to PW Insider, there's a huge name in women's wrestling involved in the promotion. The legendary Bull Nakano will reportedly be involved as an on-screen presence and behind the scenes. She is not expected to wrestle. It is also being reported that the promotion has been in the works for several years and that some of the people involved were Bushiroad consultants. Bushiroad is the parent company of Stardom and New Japan Pro Wrestling. The unnamed promotion is slated to have its first show in New York City this September. Reportedly, several wrestlers signed contracts earlier this year. Yo. So apparently they already got talent lined up. They already got talent lined up for this show. For this unnamed promotion. Wow. Interesting. Mike says, agreed on your WWE women's take, Jason. Example, Zoe Stark. When she debuted on the Raw roster, and she looked intimidating. Then they paired her with Trish, and now she's a thug for Trish. Yeah, it's really dumb. Thankfully she's not wasted as far as in-ring ability and such. But yeah, her being paired with Trish, yeah, it's kind of annoying. Which I really wish Trish would go away. I mean, she's had her ladder match. I just wish she'd go away now. Like, they got way too many ladies on there that they can be building up. You know, Zoe, Emma, Tegan Knox, you know, Xia Li. Where the heck is Xia Li? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's so many talent that could be featured and focused on. And it's ridiculous. VKM had something to do with keeping Trish around. You know it. Perhaps. It would not shock me. Because I still believe he has the final say-so no matter what. Says, why a Joshi promotion in the U.S. matters. Joshi wrestling has gotten more and more popular over the last few years, particularly in the West. Some of WWE and AEW's most popular wrestlers are Joshi wrestlers, such as Hikaru Shida, Riho, Asuka, and Io Sky. Maki Ito, Mei Saruga, and Utami Hayashishita are just a few names that have been booked in indie promotions like GCW, Deadlock Pro, hey, DPW shout out, and Prestige Wrestling. There is a market in the U.S. for these women to be successful. John Elite says, what is it with Charlotte and Goldberg cashing in their invisible briefcase every time they return? Well, I mean, Charlotte is WWE's golden gal. It's Vince's golden gal. You know, she's going to be in the title picture. No, as well, just, we should be used to that by now. What happened to Riddick Moss? I think he's injured. Don't quote me on that, but I think he's injured. But I could be wrong. Many wrestlers and wrestling fans agree that Japan has the best women's wrestling in the world. Facts. Mercedes Moné opting to go to Japan instead of signing with a U.S. promotion is further proof of this. The CEO wanted to test herself against the very best. She has faced Kairi, Azumi, and Hazuki, and was the IWGP Women's Champion. One of Japanese wrestling's biggest stars, Mayu Iwatani, is the current champion. NJPW Strong has laid the foundation for an all-women's Japanese promotion. During the pandemic, they were running shows with incredible talent. Beginning last year, they began booking women's matches and created the Strong Women's Championship. While Monet was set to be the inaugural champion, she was injured during the match. Instead, Willow Nightingale was the first champion. She lost the title last week to Julia, another Joshi star. An all-women's Joshi promotion is a huge way to boost women's wrestling in the States. If American women are able to compete with the Joshi talent, whether in the promotion or against them in other promotions, it will up their game. They will have the opportunity to wrestle with some of the best women in the world and will be forced to try to reach their level. Competition is good for everyone. Women's wrestling deserves to be treated a big deal. It should be presented as high quality and showcased to rival the men. Having someone as iconic as Nakano, Tam Nakano, or excuse me, Bull Nakano, involved shows that this promotion is serious about putting on top tier shows and presenting women's wrestling as an important and not secondary. It's a huge step for women's wrestling in the U.S. End article. Mike says that article forgot to mention that Japanese women's NXT champion. Jason, you know her name, right? Sorry, I forgot. No, they mentioned Asuka and Io Sky. Unless you're talking about Meiko Satomura, which, I mean, she was NXT UK women's champion. You might be talking about Meiko Satomura, but yeah, they did mention Asuka and Io Sky, though. But speaking of Meiko Satomura, she hasn't been seen in a while. I think she might be in Japan helping with Sendai Girls, or she might just be Kairi Sane. Well, they did mention Kairi as, you know, who Mercedes dethroned to win the IWGP Women's Champion. So they did mention Kairi already. And we have to also remember, speaking of Kairi, we have to also keep in mind, y'all, Kairi did not have a great NXT Women's Championship run. She didn't have a great NXT Women's Championship run. She only had that title for like 70 days, and she lost it at Evolution to Shayna. So, just something to remember. Yeah, Meiko Satomura, yes. She had a good run, I heard, during the pandemic times. Yeah, former NXT UK Women's Champion. That's correct. which, Kaylee Ray, had it for a much longer time with the pandemic, but then Mako dethroned her. So, but yes, that is correct. But I don't know. Hearing that information about this upcoming Joshi promotion sounds very promising, especially if you got Bull Nakano as part of it, and they've already signed some talent for this upcoming show / promotion. Should be really, really good. Also, would Jungle Kiona consider joining that promotion with Bull Nakano? I doubt it, only because I think she's going to be concentrating on her recovery. Remember, she had a failed surgery on her ACL and meniscus. So I don't see that happening because I think she's going to focus on recovering. I mean, she did have a drive going on where her Jungle Aid t-shirts, the proceeds went to her for her surgery. So yeah, I think Jungle Kiona, I can't see that happening. I think she should concentrate on recovering, focusing on that before doing anything. John Lee says, if that angle of Roxanne passing out earlier this year was legit, wouldn't the camera stop rolling as soon as she passed out? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because you got to remember, the whole idea was that she passed out from all the rigorous energy from the hard-fought battle in that match. So, I don't think that necessarily meant the cameras had to be cut. Like, I get what they were trying to pull off. I definitely get what they were trying to pull off. So, I can understand why they did it that way. I do. I felt like it told a pretty good story, with what they were trying to do with that, especially considering they had faced each other before. So, yeah, I get it. I definitely get it. But yeah. Mike says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. She better recover first. ACL injuries kept Chris Statlander out for a long time, and she's a lot younger. Good luck, Kiona." Yeah, the crazy thing about it, Mike, was, when she was wrestling in the States, she was still getting aggravating pain from her knee. And she wrestled through that. That's the crazy thing about it. Which, I mean, she still did well. She endured through it all. But yeah, it was a failed surgery. Like, in the long run, it didn't really fix the issue, which is why she has the lingering pain. So that's why she's going back to get it redone. But yeah, she wrestled through that in the States when she did that little excursion in the States. And while I love her and I thought she did excellent, I thought she was crazy for enduring through all that pain. But I mean, guess she knows her body a lot more than I do or anybody else. So I mean, hey. But yeah. And for the record, she does want to return to the ring. She does. She said that. She, doesn't want to retire or anything. I hope she doesn't have to be forced to retire, but she does want to return. I just think she needs to take her sweet time and not rush. recover, let them, hopefully that they do the surgery correctly, let her recover. And I would love to see her back in the ring. But hey, I'm thankful that I got to see her live 3 times and meet her 3 times. So, hey. But yeah, she was crazy for wrestling through all that. But hey, I bet she got paid. Oh man. But yeah, y'all, I'll say this. I have a really good feeling that well, one of the folks that I had specified that I would love to see do an excursion from Stardom is Momokogo. I think she would be perfect. I think she would be perfect for a excursion here in the States. I mean, she's already multilingual, speaks Japanese, speaks Spanish, speaks English. You know, she already has some experience wrestling in the States as well as Mexico. So, I mean, she still has yet to win a championship in her pro wrestling career. I know she's in her late 30s, but she's in incredible shape, and I really think Momokogo in the U.S. I think would be really great for her. I think that would put her in a much better position to get some gold around her waist. What is the timetable for a torn ACL? Like, how long is the recovery? Ooh. If I've never had one before, but it's typically a season-ending injury. Supposedly 9 months. At least 9 months. It depends on the severity, but I think with her, being that she had the ACL meniscus combo, for Jungle Kiona, maybe a year for her. But typically, ACL recovery time, at least 9 months, I would think. At least. I think if everything worked out perfectly, maybe 7 or 8 months. But I think at least 9. At least 9. But typically a torn ACL, when it comes to sports, is usually season ending. Because, there's the surgery and then the recovery time and then there's the rehab time. And it's just, yeah. Wasn't Derrick Rose out for like a year with a torn ACL? Yes, I believe so. Yes. But thankfully, Derrick Rose has been able to bounce back. Look at Thomas Davis. He had 3. And still came back and played. I mean, look at Tegan Knox. I think she has 2 or 3 torn ACLs, and yeah. I think Dakota Kai just had her 2nd torn ACL. So, yeah. They're not cool. Mike says, last thing before I go. I know you're not a fan of Bullet Club War Dogs. Clearly, Alex Conklin, the android, makes a terrible Bullet Club guy. But Bullet Club Gold versus FTR. Give Jay the belts and make Bullet Club mean something in AEW. I mean, Bullet Club War Dogs, I get it being under the new regime with David Finlay. And like I said, Gabe Kidd, I could see. Drilla Maloney, I could see. Clark Connors, I can see. Alex Conklin, it just looks weird. My thing with Bullet Club Gold Jay White and Juice Robinson, I really would rather see them in singles competition, going for singles titles, not tag titles. Not tag titles. I'm sorry, those two are way too big now to really be tag champs. I mean, we're talking about Jay White, who main event Madison Square Garden and Wrestle Kingdom. Tag team champs on AEW? Nah, we're talking about Switchblade Jay White here. And Rock Hard Juice Robinson. I'd rather see them in singles competition for gold. Tag team, they're so much better than that. They're better than that. I don't know, for AEW to put the tag titles on them, I'd be kind of disappointed. Because I think they are much better as singles champs. I understand Juice. I know we had Finn Juice back when they were faces. They were tag champs. But in all honesty, they're much bigger stars now. Especially Switchblade Jay White. I really feel like they should be going for singles gold, not tag titles. But that's just me. But yeah, bump those tag titles. John Lee says, did you have the same feeling when Finn joined Judgment Day, the same way you felt with Finlay taking over Bullet Club? Nah, not really. Finn Balor, leader of the Judgment Day, makes more sense compared to David Finlay, new leader of the Bullet Club. That just, yeah, that's just weird. You know, especially a faction that he's fought against for so long, especially the rivalry that he had in against Jay White. So, can you see a Finn Juice reunion but under Bullet Club? No, because I don't think it would pan out the same way. So I would have to say no. And to be honest with you, I really don't know what's going to happen with the Bullet Club. Because, I mean, it's sounding like House of Torture is probably going to end up splitting from the Bullet Club and doing their own thing. But, yeah, there's no telling what's going to happen with the Bullet Club as a whole. Good question, John. Good night, all. Thanks for the Fight TV info, Jason. God bless. Yeah, no problem. No problem. My pleasure. Rest well. John Lee says, when Survivor Series was about brand supremacy, did it do anything for the winning brand? Not really. I honestly, I don't think it was really supposed to. I think it was just solely meant to be which brand was the best. I think that's really all that it was to showcase the best of each brand and which brand was better. So, I'd say, did it do anything for the winning brand? Bragging rights. That's all I would really say, is just bragging rights. Which is fine. I mean, that's all I really kind of looked at with that pay-per-view with Survivor Series. It's just bragging rights. So, that's the way I saw it. But anyway, it is getting late and I got to get some rest, but wow, what a great stream this was. I'm actually glad that I did this. And it was good to be back on here, talk some good old juicy pro wrestling. But yeah, this is tournament season, y'all. Pro wrestling tournament season at its finest. There's so much to check out. Whew, I got my spreadsheets ready. I'm looking forward to the G1 Climax 33, Tokyo Princess Cup 10, 5-Star Grand Prix 2023, finishing up the Catch the Wave 2023 tournament, seeing how the rest of this Owen Hart Cup tournament pans out, checking out my first N1 Victory Pro Wrestling Noah tournament, looking forward to that. So there's a lot to check out, a whole lot to check out, but it's going to be fun, it's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. But I want to say thank y'all for coming out, joining the chat, chatting it up with me. Always good to hear from y'all. Always good to hear. And, but yeah, it's because of y'all that I've become YouTube partner. So thank you so much once again. And look forward to more reviews, previews, live streams, all of the above. Continue to bring in the content as much as I can. But I want to say thank y'all so much. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. Do some shopping if you'd like. Don't forget to use that promo code blitzball_champ. Get you 10% off. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of the above. Share the stream. You know the deal. And thank y'all so much. Hope you enjoyed this delicious content. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming, here on the U to the Tube, as well as also Facebook. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed night. Get you some rest, and I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream. Good night, everybody.